What's up, YouTube? It's your boy John from Project Ellsworth. In a couple videos that I've made this week, I mentioned that, I think all of my videos that I've made this week, I've mentioned that my wife and my son and myself jumped in the car last weekend, drove out to Kentucky to attend Scarefest, meet a couple of my buddies, and while I was there, I picked up a whole gang of awesome stuff, and I figured I would shoot this video, of course, and show you guys what I picked up. I don't know why I just don't simplify this and say I'm shooting a haul video. First and foremost, as always, I hope you guys are doing well, staying safe. All right, so the idea here is I got a bunch of stuff. I want to start off from, I guess, least valuable to most valuable. And least valuable is free. So I picked these up from the We Watched a Movie table that they had there at the con. Jay and Mike. I met these guys, as I mentioned in my Scarefest video earlier in the week. These two dudes were my primary inspiration for starting my YouTube channel, and I figured I would, while I was there, they had a whole bunch of different postcards and pictures. They said, take as many as you want. You can have one of each if you want to, but no reason to be greedy. I just took two of my favorite ones. And unfortunately, after I got all the way home back to New Jersey, I realized that neither one of these are actually a picture of Mike. It's both Mike wearing a Michael Myers mask, but it is what it is. All right, next, I picked up this Jason mask. Of all this stuff that I have down here in this basement, I do not have a Jason mask, believe it or not. So my son met Kane Hodder while we were there, and he wanted to get a goalie mask autographed by Kane. Pardon me, totally gross. These were only 10 bucks. So it's actually pretty nice. It looks great. It was $10. So being as though I was picking one up for Michael, why not pick one up for myself? Because obviously I didn't spend nearly enough money. I had to throw another $10 on there. Next up, I believe this was also $10. David from David's Horror actually found this before I did. I didn't even see it. It is the Slaughtered Lamb magnet. I'm planning on putting this on my refrigerator, and my wife will probably move this no less than 4 dozen times before maybe it sticks to the side of the refrigerator. But I thought that was awesome. They actually had, dude there made handmade signs, and he had like a pretty significant sized sign of the Slaughtered Lamb, handmade, hand painted, very, very cool. And I think the price for that thing was $125. So I didn't want to go that steep because, quite honestly, I don't have the real estate to hang that. And if I pay $125 for a sign, be damn sure it's going to be hanging up somewhere. Don't think my wife wants that in the kitchen, though. All right, so next up, this is sort of an unboxing. I got this thing. I got one for myself. I got one for my son. I got my son the Krampus version of these little miniature toys. They're not toys. They're like sculptures. This is made by Pinhead Monsters. Very, very cool. It says, from my imagination to yours. So let me get this out of this box as quickly as possible. I was quite surprised that these things were only $12. If I had an endless budget, I probably would have bought every one of these that the guy had, because they're just really, really cool. And you will see what I mean in just a second. Like I said, I got my son Krampus, which I already put up in his room. I should have opened that here and showed you that too, because he's probably even cooler than this one is. So I got Michael Myers. I believe Dave got one of these too. I shopped with Dave a lot. So we saw a lot of the same stuff. But this dude is awesome. The little button eyes. He's stitched up. I've been, I guess, buying a lot of stitched looking things lately. I got Leatherface. And who the hell else I get? Ghostface. Little stitched up looking things. But yeah, handmade by robots are the other two things that I bought. But I thought he was cool. And for $12, how in the world do you not buy that? You gotta buy that. So there's Michael. Next up, I got a couple pop figures. This is one that I've actually been looking for. The other three that I got, I wasn't necessarily looking for. I'd buy them if I found them, but I wasn't on the hunt. I was on the hunt for him. So that I got Jack Torrance. I love that Red Rum is written on there. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. Red Rum is written on the case. Awesome. The packaging, that's what that stuff's called. I have, God, what is her name? I have Danny Torrance, and I have Wendy Torrance, and I have Jack Torrance and Wendy Torrance, or Jack Torrance little tiny Funko Pop from an advent calendar I got in 2020. But I didn't have Jack. Now I have Jack, and I have those other two already, so I have the complete Torrance family now. I got him, and I got John Nada from They Live. I believe these recently came out. I'm not positive of that, but I'll put them. They recently came across my radar. Cody and Dave both got these. You'll notice that H&S Collectibles, Cody from H&S Collectibles, and Dave from David's Horror, and I tend to buy a lot of the same stuff. That's who I was out there shopping at the con with. Phil from Phil's Creepy Vids. He buys a lot of the stuff we do too. We have very common collections, I guess. Common interests, better way to put it. So there's John Nada. And the only other one in this series is the Alien. And I got the Alien. Same dude had these. Funko Pops are weird, man. You can go out to a con and find a Funko Pop that is marked up to $50. And then you can go 2 or 3 booths over and find the exact same Funko Pop for $20. And then go another booth over and find them for $12. I believe I paid $12 for the Alien and John Nada. I believe I paid $10 for Jack Torrance. And this one I paid up for. I paid $20 for him. Alfred Hitchcock. This is actually the one that I saw from a distance, which is kind of baffling in and of itself because I can't see a damn thing. So, Alfred Hitchcock, I thought he was cool. He was sitting right on the corner of a table. And when I saw him, I walked over there. And that's how I got the Jack Torrance figure as well. And I bought one, like an anime figure for my son Michael. But I thought he was awesome. I've never seen him anywhere before. And as soon as I saw him, it really, $20 was a deal as far as I was concerned. No matter what the guy said, the price was, I was probably buying him unless it was outrageous. All right, so there's those. Next, I bought a few shirts. I think the very first, as a matter of fact, I'm sure, other than my ticket to get in, the very first thing that I bought was the only thing that I was absolutely positively sure I was buying when I got there. I got a Scarefest Horricon t-shirt, just to commemorate me going to Scarefest. I like buying t-shirts for, like I have a couple for like hay rides and haunted attractions. I like getting t-shirts for those things. So I got myself one, and I got my son one. They were, I think, $25, something like that. All right, next up, I got this awesome An American Werewolf in London shirt. I'm trying to see the camera there. There we go. I got him, David having his slit throat by a nightmare demon. Wholesome shirt. Obviously, I'm not going to wear that out in public with my wife too much. She'll have a fit. But maybe I'll wear it for Thanksgiving. All right, so I got that. And I don't have very many red horror shirts. So when I saw this, I kind of had to buy it because it was red. But I really wanted to buy it just because it's freaking awesome. I got a George Romero's Day of the Dead shirt. No frills, nothing too spectacular about it. Just a red shirt with Day of the Dead on it with a picture of Bub. Absolutely love it. I like the simplicity of it. And one more that I just threw on the floor. I got The Dead Are Among Us. I got a zombie shirt. I thought that was very, very cool. This is actually the one that I saw first. I spotted this shirt as soon as I looked at that. How the red one wasn't the first one I saw is kind of amazing. But I saw that image. You know what it was? They had one of these hanging up. That's what it was. So I saw that, went over there and grabbed it. And then found all of the other shirts. I bought, at that table, you'll hear me say a lot of times, I bought my son a lot of stuff too. At that table, my son wanted to buy one of those like mob shirts or gangster shirts that had like Tony Soprano and Scarface and the guys from Goodfellas and The Godfather, and a cat playing poker. Why he wanted that, I have no idea, but he got it. All right, next up, only 4 things left. Sorry, this is taking so long. I've seen these on YouTube, but I've never seen one for me to actually buy. I got the Silent Night Deadly Night NECA figure. Gross. Thought he was really cool. The price on him wasn't bad either. I think he was $30. So, not terrible. So I grabbed him. Yeah. I had to think about buying him. I wasn't sure if I was going to get him or not. And then I decided, you know what? You've never seen him before. Chances are you're never going to see him again. And if you do see him again, he's probably going to be a lot more than $30. So, I think these retail for more than $30 for retro cloth NECA figures most of the time. All right. Next up was, now the Scarefest shirt was the only thing that I was positive I was going to buy at this convention if they had one. The next thing was the only thing that I was absolutely on the lookout for at this convention. I got the new Jason from Friday the 13th, the New Blood figure from NECA. I have not been able to find him in Walmart or Target or anywhere else for that matter. They even sell NECA figures in Best Buy now. And I've had some pretty good luck in there, believe it or not. So I was very happy to have him. And he is another example of be patient and look around for prices. The table I bought him at, I actually bought these last 3 things, him and the next 2, at the same table, because this guy honestly just had the best prices at the convention. I finally found this Jason figure the first night that we were there. We were only there for 2 nights, but the first night we were there, I found him, and then he was $33. A couple minutes later, 5 minutes later, I found him at another table for $60. So clearly I found the better deal. That's just $60 for a NECA figure that just came out is ridiculous. I guess unless you have an endless supply of money and no patience. All right, the next thing that's up, my wife tried to buy this guy for me for my birthday last year, but Trick or Treat Studios was sold out of them. I got the zombie bust from Trick or Treat Studios. He will, just like just about everything else here, he'll have his own unboxing video sometime in the future. I have so many different things that I need to unbox. My OCD silly ass, I put all of them into a random wheel and spin the wheel, and that dictates what I open next. So if you're ever wondering why I open things in what order, that's why. Because decisions are not something that I want to spend my time making a lot of. All right. It's all coming out of the box, folks. So what order it comes out in don't make no difference to me. All right, so there's that. And the last thing that I bought was something that I didn't even think about when I was going to this convention. Didn't think about it, never thought that they would have them, never even crossed my mind. And then the first night we were there, I saw this thing and argued back and forth with myself until it was almost time to leave the convention altogether. You know, in other words, I wasn't going back. It's now or never. I bought the 1/6 scale Trick or Treat Studios Michael Myers from 1978's Halloween. I've been wanting to start collecting these figures, but they're much more expensive than NECA figures are, so I didn't know if I wanted to go down that road. But this thing was in my face, and I couldn't turn away. He was 120 bucks, which is not back-breaking money, but it's definitely more money than any of the NECA figures I've ever purchased. And I'm not one to go out and spend $120 on a figure for myself very often. But I had to have this thing. He'll definitely have an unboxing. He may not make it to the randomizer wheel because I want to get him out soon. I spent 120 bucks on him. I'd like to have him somewhere. He's not going to be on one of my shelves either. He's going to be somewhere in this room placed prominently so that I can look at my $120 whenever I want to. You can't really see him inside of this plastic. So maybe I'll post, I'll just add a picture in here off of Trick or Treat Studios website so you can actually see. Right now, that definitely does not look like a $120 figure. He looks like Stretch Armstrong in this packaging. But Stretch Myers Strong. I'll put a picture in here from Trick or Treat Studios so you can see what I blew that money on. Well, I guess that's perspective. All right, I'm getting out of here. I hope you guys like that stuff. I really had a fun time buying it. I don't very often go crazy buying things like that. That was probably my favorite. I told my son that was probably my favorite shopping trip of all time. Even at past conventions, I didn't go as crazy as I did to this one. But I figured, damn it, I've been planning this trip for 6 to 8 months, and I drove for a total of like 22, 23 hours for this convention. So I'm going to make it worth my while, and I definitely did. I guess this means I better get cracking on that eBay business. Pay all this crap off. All right, I'm getting out of here. I think I've probably kept you guys long enough. And if you're still here, you're awesome, badass. Thank you. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I do this kind of goofy crap all the time. So go ahead and click that subscribe button, if you will. I'm getting out of here. I guess I'm going to kind of repeat what I just said. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you really like this video and you've been enjoying my content up to this point, please do me a huge personal favor and click that subscribe button and ring that bell. Told you it was a little repetitive. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Have a kick-ass day. And thank you for watching. Later, folks. Say goodbye, Michael. Later, man.